Stop thinking that you're winning because you're working at home in your basement alone. That comes to us from the CEO of RedBalloon.
Welcome to RedBalloon,
which is a job site for non-woke jobs. The first question that came to my mind is, what is a non-woke job? And we'll get to that. First, I just wanted to show you a little irony in what the CEO is saying. Working at home in your basement alone, and then you go to RedBalloon, you see this posting here. Work from home, fire your boss, location remote. So the CEO of RedBalloon is happy to take these companies' money that pay his company to post on here. The CEO of RedBalloon think that the people at Bryant Agency that are remote are working home alone in their basements too. Just a classic irony of a CEO saying something with such fervor, and then you look at their own company and it's like, do you just want attention? And the reason I say that is because he responds, and he seems to be a little bit more level-headed. I continue to maintain that, all things being equal, working with other people in a face-to-face environment is preferable and more distinctly human. This is the sorry not sorry post, but I got a bunch of attention, so I should say something. Kind of funny how clueless he plays here. The response is interesting. If I were to make a post about standing desks being preferable to sitting desks, I would get debate, but probably not be called the nasty names that I've been called. You weren't trying to make a comparison, you were trying to insinuate that people that work remotely are working in a basement alone at home. First, let me show you the pricing of RedBalloon. These companies pay $50 a month up to $320 a month to have their jobs posted on RedBalloon. And this is one of those jobs. Digital marketing specialist, Newport Partners. Newport Partners is seeking an experienced hands-on digital marketing specialist. This person will work closely with the CEO to develop and create multi-channel digital marketing plans. Y'all ever gone to the wrong website before? Like, oh, this is not quite the right domain, you missed a letter, and then you get that weird spam with a bunch of like links, domains for sale. This is not one of those. This is a business website for Newport Partners. For example, this is their buyout history link, and it looks like it's gonna work its way into something here, but it's not. It's just one page. There's another one for an insurance company, and I want you to look at their top benefits and perks. Working for a owner, general manager that values you. That's such a perk, it's such a benefit. Who exactly will be doing this valuing? They must be pretty valuable too, right? So when we go look to see who will value me, it's looking like it will be one of these lovely people here. Thank you, I guess, for valuing me in advance if I were to apply, but no thank you at the same time. Who I would like to thank though is today's sponsor, and that is Factor Meals. Now I know the CEO Andrew isn't a huge fan of working remote, but I am, and I like to bring work with me wherever I go. So in my mind, why not just double down and bring Factor Meals too? If you've been watching the channel for the past few months, then you know I've been making some videos in some pretty random remote locations, and going to the store to get food to cook is not always the best option. Those moments when you're on a road trip and you're cruising in the middle of the highway and you pass these houses and you're like, who lives here? Where do they get groceries? And we'd always joke, like, can you imagine forgetting one ingredient if you lived way out here? Like, forget the milk, 4-hour drive back. So it turns out I'm that person now. Interrupting that part of the video just to tell you that tonight I'm actually having the jalapeno lime cheddar chicken with riced cauliflower and some diced jalapenos mixed in with that. I gotta be honest, when it comes to like reheated chickens and steaks and stuff, it can sometimes be a little bit like bubblegum, but I never have that problem with Factor Meals ever. It's always just as tender as if it came off the grill. I'm cutting their chicken with a very breakable plastic butter knife, and a lightsaber just melts right through it. I don't know what they're doing. It's magic, and it works. Not only can it get really expensive to drive to these little grocery stores in the middle of nowhere, you also pay the small town tax, which I totally understand, but it's a double expense. So having Factor Meals delivered to me, fresh, not frozen, has been a life changer, to be honest. Right now, HR Lady and I are living in a 25-foot camper with 4 dogs, and space to cook can have some challenges, let's say. First of all, the size of the appliances are just smaller. Second, it gets really, really hot in here when you need to cook like that. Microwave is preferable. Also, they only take like 2 minutes to cook. If you're a picky eater, that's fine. They have over 34 different choices of meals you can choose from. They also have over like 45 different add-ons, so if you want more of a la carte customized meal. So thank you, Factor Meals, for sponsoring today's video. If you're interested in Factor Meals, head to factor75.com and use code FLUKE50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. I'm working in my basement alone. I have my food alone. Like, I don't need to leave ever again. I'm truly set. Now I want to show you a video from his YouTube channel called How CEO Humility Sets Good Company Culture.
CEOs can learn a lot from a janitor if they'll just have a little bit of humility. And when you set that culture, when you as the CEO say, you know what, I can learn from anyone, then guess what? Everyone else is going to have the humility to take input and take thoughts from people who might be below them, might be in a different department.
When you listen to it, it sounds pretty authentic and like, wow, this guy seems pretty down to earth. And then you read his LinkedIn post. Another example comes from their Facebook with their job of the day ad, and it's a full stack web developer for a developer local to Moscow, Idaho. Oof. First of all, in office, who can own large projects from start to finish, willing to jump into any tech stack, and ultimately just do whatever we say. That's the job of the day. A picture slides in with a generic, very vague description of this non-woke full stack web dev that's in office. You can keep it. Here's another YouTube video.
Working with other humans turned out to be far more effective. And one of the key features of other human beings is that they don't always think exactly the same thoughts in exactly the same way that I do, which is no reason to fire them.
Can we just replay that? The way it's phrased and the way it comes off, at least to me, in my opinion from the video, is that you learned this recently. Just makes me ask the question, okay, well, were you firing people before because they think differently than you? Or like, I can't seem to decide what this CEO is doing. They like the attention, but not that kind of attention, because like I wanted it, but I got too much from the wrong side. Kind of deal. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to check out factor75.com, where you can use my code. Hit the like button if you enjoyed today's video, and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see me call out more of this corporate nonsense. And if you have any topics you'd like me to cover on the channel, you can email them to me. Instagram, Discord, however you'd like to do it. I'm always open in the DMs. It sounds better in my head, but you guys get the message. Having said all that, I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.